Do you know I've left my husband's house up to 100 times during these few years of marriage? Yes, but all in my head anyway. Did you think I actually carried my bag 100 times to leave the house? No, no, no. They were all in my head. Like, I left several times in my head. Anytime he makes me angry, I imagine myself carrying my bag and leaving the house. Anytime he does something I didn't expect, I'll imagine myself carrying my bag and leaving the house. Do you know why? There were certain things they told us about marriage that when you actually get married, you find out that these things are pure lies. And if you don't know about these lies before you enter into marriage, it will be shocking you. Anytime it unfolds, it will just shock you, and you will, react how you're not supposed to react. And that's exactly what I'm going to tell you in this video today. So if you are not married yet, please listen to these lies so that when you get married, it doesn't shock you into maybe thinking of leaving the house or carrying your bag and living in your head like I did. Welcome to Glodikani Marriage School, the place where we help the unmarried to choose right and keep the married from running away until they must. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so today. We are going to tell you some hard truths that no one will tell you about marriage. If you are single, you really need to know everything to expect in marriage. Then if you're already married, we'll also help you with some, tips and hacks and strategies to make your own marriage work. So sit tight as we discuss these 10 lies that they sold you about marriage. The first lie I want to talk about is this popular saying, and they lived happily ever after. Everybody knows that, that slogan, living happily ever after. And that's why many love dramas will always end after the wedding. Guy meets girl, guy talks to girl, they start going out, fall in love, and then everybody's focused on preparing for the wedding. And during the wedding, we all wear our costumes. The lady will be in white, the guy in tux, they have beautiful bracelets and everything. At the end of the day, the drama will end there because nobody wants to tell you what will happen after. The truth is, marriage starts after the wedding day. There are so many things that will make you unhappy in marriage, okay? Lack of money is one of them. When there is no money to cater for the needs of the family, unhappiness will come in. There is no way you will be happy. Now, when there is delayed childbirth, that one is another thing that can make a woman or a man sad. Then we have some situations where maybe the man turns abusive, or maybe so many things. You can even have some issues with your in-laws, things begin to unfold. Even your husband or your wife begin to, unfold or unveil their character, that you didn't know they did have. So during all this, processes that comes up, maybe your husband is cheating on you, your wife is misbehaving, your child is stubborn, your mother-in-law is wicked. There are so many things. That's a lie of living happily ever after. You should know that it is just so terrible, okay? Happiness comes in marriage in seasons. There are times of joy, there are times of sadness, and there are times of immense, terrible sadness. Let me say it that way. So please, stop buying into that story of they lived happily ever after. Prepare your mind. When the time to be happy comes, you'll be happy. When the time of sadness comes, my dear, you have to embrace it. Lie number 2, very terrible one and very important one. Marriage will change your spouse's bad character. Nobody changes anything. I remember, let me use myself as an example. Whenever I have maybe an argument with my husband, he will be telling me, there is one problem with you. There is one problem with, we've stayed together for years. Every time he will still say, there is this problem you have. There is one problem. And of course, he has told me what the problem is. So how come now that I've known the problem he's pinpointing, I've still not changed it? has to tell you it's difficult for anybody to change. So if somebody is telling you, don't worry, after getting married to the guy, after getting married to the girl, you can change him, you can change her, that is a big lie. When I was in secondary school, I used to listen to one radio program. The woman said, you can only change a man unless he is in his diaper. That is, it's only his diapers that you will change. You cannot change anybody's character. So anything you are seeing now that is making you uncomfortable, please, if it's something you cannot bear, you remember my last video, I said, know the kind of cross you are going to carry in marriage, whether it's going to be heavy, very heavy, or, light. So you choose. So if there is a character you are noticing now that is not sitting well with you at all, please, and you cannot bear this thing for many years, please do what? Run away. Don't say I do, and then you regret it. And then when it start coming up, you say, they told me this, I thought, no. Nobody changes. It's difficult. Lie number 3 is you deserve more. Now, many people think they deserve more from their spouse, like you should love me more, or he should try more, or she should make me happy. I deserve to be happy. I'm supposed to get this from... No, nobody deserves more than the other, okay? Your husband gives you love, you give him love, okay? Your wife tries her best to kind of accommodate you. Please also try your best to accommodate her. Don't expect her to go out of her way to always make you happy, to always cater to your needs, to always make sure you are not offended, or don't expect him to be there always to do things as you want it. No, it doesn't happen that way. Please, let's learn to be selfless, okay? There is no, when you demand more or you see yourself as deserving more, you exert more pressure on your partner. And then if your partner is not living up to your, expectation, you start looking for, alternative outside. And because that's exactly what leads to, being unfaithful, cheating on your partner and everything. So please, that lie that you deserve more from him, you deserve more from her, that people are selling to you about marriage, please, I just want to tell you today that you don't need to listen to that. Lie number 4, there is a better option for me outside. There is a better man for me outside. There is a better woman for me outside. Please, that is a very big lie, okay? We always say the devil is better than the angel you do not know. And we can apply it to this situation, okay? You see your husband, you see your wife, you can be happy with them if you put the effort, all right? Stop thinking that you can find, a better woman, or you can find a better husband. Yeah, there are some situations that we don't accept. Maybe in such situations like, physical assault and everything, abuse and everything, fine. In that instance, you can tell yourself, no. I shouldn't be with someone who is abusing me. Yeah, acceptable. But the idea that maybe because your husband is not providing enough, or because your wife is not doing everything as you want it to you, there is a better woman out there. Oh, we are all human beings. Everybody has their own good points and bad points, all right? So don't focus on the bad points alone, thinking that there's someone there who is an angel. There is no man who is an angel. There is no woman who is an angel. We all are humans, and we are all imperfect, okay? Lie number 5, 50-50 efforts. Please, don't believe that, okay? When there is, in a marriage, a man and a woman cannot put the same level of effort. There must be somebody between them who will be ready, who will be ready to, to do more, to keep the marriage, to make it work, okay? It may be the woman, it may be the man, it doesn't matter. But this idea of, if I'm doing this, he should do the same. Let it be 50-50. Let everybody put equal effort. Yeah, that's our wish. But in reality, it doesn't happen that way. If you're a woman and you want to make your marriage work, you put the effort. You make the little sacrifices here and there. that if you're a man and you can make the sacrifice to keep your marriage, okay, working, you do it. Don't expect because you do this, you do that, you want your wife or your husband to do the same. No, it's a big lie. We all are human beings, okay? We will always want to, do something that will suit us. And in that instance, you want to do something that will suit you, you may be putting more effort in that marriage. It's not a bad thing at all. Lie number 6, your marriage is beyond repair at this stage. Please, there is nothing you cannot fix unless it has to do with physical abuse, where maybe a man is beating up the wife anyhow, anytime, without reason, okay? At that point, you can just know that there's nothing else you can do. But when it comes to maybe disagreements and, conflicts that, of course, even as human beings, we do have with our siblings, with our family members and everything, there is nothing that you cannot fix with your spouse, okay? Now, even if your spouse cheats on you, it's your decision to fix the marriage. It can happen. You can also gradually rebuild the trust that maybe you've lost due to the incident, okay? But for someone to tell you that, you see, at this point, your marriage is beyond repair, no, there's nothing you cannot fix, okay? All you have to do is decide. Take the decision. Once you have decided to make it work, you can make it work. The next lie I want you to stop believing is your children should come first. That is so wrong. Your spouse came first. Your children followed. And during the marriage, you will always prioritize your spouse. Yes, the kids will be demanding when they are growing up and everything. They need your attention. They need money. They make you hustle more. They grab attention more than your spouse. Especially for the women, you should not ignore your husband. You should not focus only on your children's needs, forgetting the needs of your wife as a man, okay? Because at the end of the day, after that growing up stage, when they are taking up your time, your money and everything, the children will leave the home. And if you're lucky to live long with your spouse, it will remain two of you in that house. And if you've already ignored her, or if you've already ignored him all this while and didn't take care of him or her because of the children, you will now realize your mistake, that you see, those children that took all my attention, they are no longer there. At the end of the day, two of you will start again as it was when you met. So please, don't ever put your children ahead of your spouse. It is very wrong. Lie number 8 is the one that many people might disagree with, okay? But please, it's so important, all right? You see this lie. So many people have tested it and proven that it's a big lie. What is this lie? Couples should have a joint account. I know a lady who actually tried it out. According to what she told me, the first month, she added her salary in the account. The second month, she also added her salary. But then, the husband didn't add even in the first month or second month. But in the third month, this man went and withdrew the money that she added into the account. Did it the first time, did it the second time. The third time, the lady went and collected the balance of the money and said, no more joint account. Now, this is not to say that there are some couples, out there who are not successfully running a joint account. The truth is, it may work for couple A, but it will not work for couple B. So, to avoid issues, to avoid quarrels, to avoid suspicion, and, it's better for everybody to have a personal account. If you guys want to have maybe one account that is for project or a joint account, let that one be. At the end of the month, you agree on the portion of maybe your salaries or your earnings that you deposit there, and let it be for maybe projects, like joint projects that you want to do together. But if you go and be putting all your money in one account, and then maybe your spouse is a spendthrift, someone who is not prudent at all in money management, you are gone for. Maybe the day you will need the money, you go to the account, it will not be there. What will you do? Before you know, it will cause, a very big rift in the marriage. And money, whether she's your wife or he's your husband, whenever it comes to money, everybody is sensitive about it. So please, okay, I personally, I don't recommend that, okay? What I will recommend is having one joint account for projects, or even if you don't want to have, there's no problem. If there's a big project, you guys can sit down, discuss it, and then, the woman, if you have money, you say, okay, I'm going to contribute this to your project as my husband and everything. Or if the woman wants to do something, the man as her husband can offer to, contribute to it. But for you guys joining your account when maybe one of you is not prudent, there is going to be very big problem. There's going to be a very big problem in that marriage. The next lie I want to talk about is this issue of fighting in marriage. People will tell you, fights are common in marriage. It's not true. There are some people who don't, allow themselves to be fighting all the time with their spouse. Are you not tired of it? You can make it you can make it work by not allowing heated argument, shouting, quarreling, fighting each other. Oh, that's so, you are not at the war front. Marriage is not a war front, okay? If you guys are learned, you know how to handle your conflict. There will be misunderstanding, but must you raise your voice? Must it turn to this verbal abuse or physical abuse and everything? Please, if you are facing such a thing now and you're thinking it's okay, it's what is happening everywhere, my sister, is a very big lie. My brother, it's not supposed to be so. Please, that's a very big lie that you should avoid. Try to reason, try to talk to your spouse as an adult, okay? These conflicts sometimes arise when we start treating our spouse as, someone who is not intelligent or, a foolish person. No, treat your spouse as someone with intelligence. Now, line number 10 is, innocent flirting won't affect my marriage. Little flirting, innocent flirting, or whatever you want to call it, it will affect your marriage. When you start noticing the opposite sex and you are a married man or woman, you are creating, like you are going to cause a problem, because before you know it, your attention will start moving away from your spouse to whoever it is you are flirting with. So please don't give room for the devil to come in and spoil your marriage. All those, little flirting, that's how infidelity starts. Of course, it will start from noticing, then flirting, then talking. Before you know it, everything has gone out of hand. And there is nothing that kills marriage more than this infidelity. I've shared the 10 lies, okay, that they must have sold you or still selling to you about marriage. Now, my bonus one is this one. So many people will tell you, have as many children as you want. It is God that trains children. They have tried. In this present economy, even before now, there is no way you can just go ahead and have as many children as you want and wait for God to train them. It is not possible. The truth is, when we say that marriage is demanding, it's not just your spouse. We are talking of the needs of your children. Now, if you go and have as many as you want, maybe you will see some families with 8 children, 5 children, 6 children, 10 children. How do you think you are going to take care of all of them? Okay, let's see how everywhere is now. Things are very rough. You go and keep having children, and then you can't take care of them. Some of them will start, living anyhow because your attention is not on all of them. And then the demands of the children will put a strain on your marriage, because your husband will be excessively struggling to meet up the daily needs of the family. And before you know it, there will be no time, no remembrance of anything, romance, love, paying attention to any him, or paying attention to her, because even the woman will be looking haggard, trying to, take care of, the brood. And the man will be looking so stressed, trying to provide for the whole family. So please, if anybody around you is telling you keep having children, they will take care of you at your old age, you need enough children, God will train them and everything, tell them Glory said it's a very big lie. There are so many lies about marriage, okay, and I cannot say all of them in this video, but at least I've shared 11 common ones that you must have heard about marriage. Now, if you have some that I didn't talk about here, you can go to the comment section and also write them. We can discuss it over there. Now, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do so. All right, just hit the subscribe button and you are good to go. Like our videos and share them. Even if you don't need them, there are some people out there who need these videos. They really need to know what is happening, and that's what we are focused on this channel. We want to tell you those things that no man of God or counselor will tell you, because they don't want to scare you, but you really need to know them so that you prepare your mind and get married and make it work. I'll be seeing you in the next video.